Andrew, if I can just get you to introduce yourself, please.
Yep, my name's Andrew West, and I'm the managing partner at Goatley Solicitors, which is a law firm based in Suffolk. We've got about 5 offices and just over 100 staff. So for my sins, I'm a solicitor by my trade. I specialise in employment law, but last year I took on the role of managing partner, so I look after the management of the practice as a whole now. So I'm not a local lad. I moved over this way from Northamptonshire in 2002, so not just about part of the furniture now.
Yeah. So why did you become a trustee at Suffolk Mind then?
Well, I think fair to say that sort of mental health is one of those issues which is going to affect everybody, whether it's you personally, whether it's a family member, whether it's a work colleague. There is always going to be an impact in your life when it comes to mental health. And I suppose looking at how I've seen sort of the law development in employment terms, there's been a huge amount of progress over the last 30 years in trying to remove the stigma that was attached to mental health and suffering from poor mental health. And so, you know, any organisation which is there to assist and support, it really does sort of feel an important thing to me. I suppose having moved to the county, I'm acutely aware of the sort of impact on Suffolk as a whole. You know, I think the statistics say that, you know, on average, 100,000 plus people in Suffolk suffer from sort of poor mental health. You know, obviously looking at the current pandemic, those figures are only going to be driven upwards. So it's important for me to sort of be involved and feel part of an organisation which is obviously looking to support and assist people that are struggling. As a firm, we've worked with Suffolk Mind for a number of years, so I've always been aware of the fantastic work that the organisation does. But I think it's more about actually what Suffolk Mind wants to achieve. And so when you see a mission statement that you know, the organisation wants to make Suffolk the best place in the world to talk about and take care of mental health, why wouldn't you want to be involved? It's you know, it's an incredibly important thing to be part of, and so I'm very proud that I've got that opportunity now. I mean, as a firm we've had the benefit of training from Suffolk Mind. Some of the best training that I think as a firm we've ever rolled out. There was a degree of nervousness amongst the staff about the training, so the Your Needs Met training. But actually, I think it allowed people to talk sort of quite openly and freely, whether it was about personal issues, about misconceptions they might have around mental health, and the feedback from it was just incredibly positive. So some of the best training that we've ever had, and so you know, looking at all of that in the rounds, when the opportunity came along to become a trustee, I absolutely jumped at it.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, what do you hope to bring to the role then, and what do you hope to get out of it as well?
I always like to think that I bring sort of enthusiasm and positivity and sort of energy to anything that I do. I'm a hands-on person. I like rolling my sleeves up and getting stuck in. If I can get my hands dirty and get involved, then that's something that sort of ticks a lot of boxes for me. So, and obviously, you know, Suffolk Mind are incredibly active in terms of fundraising and so forth. I took part in the fire walk last year, so I got my feet dirty instead of my hands on that occasion. But I think it's just an opportunity to bring those sort of skill sets to the table. I'm a business owner, so I'm aware of the dynamics of mental health in the workplace, and so I think there are contributions that I can positively make there. But again, it's if I can just sort of play the smallest of parts in working with an organisation which has got, you know, such dedicated and committed staff, volunteers, and trustees. If I can even make the smallest amount of positive difference in, that's a good day at the office for me.
Oh no, that's brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time, Andrew. I really appreciate it.
Not at all. Nice speaking.